Hello everyone, thanks for joining Hero's Journey to my self-awareness. My name is Tin Lin, and for this presentation I'm going to show you how my process came through along the Hero's Journey and how I changed a little bit about myself throughout this course. So I'm going to start with the chart that everybody's probably familiar with, the Hero's Journey chart. And that we're starting with call to venture, meeting a mentor, crossing the threshold, and all the way to the return changed. So as we'll notice that the whole journey, the final outcome is that how we changed while going through all the important time and opportunities, and finally going through some challenging times. And for example, the most downhill is like death and rebirth. Those are times that we realize, okay, this is what we were and then where we need to go next. So the journey really helped me with looking into myself, identifying my own problems, and going back time to help myself out. And I've encountered several important obstacles within this time, and like why I don't really like leading the project, and why I'm like kind of afraid of the close relationships. And similarly, I'm pursuing things that are almost does not exist sometimes, and those are two things that I'm going to emphasize. I also list some self-notes on the site, which are self-leadership and self-awareness, and I'm going to go through both of them through the chart. So I think the call to adventure and meeting a mentor uh, kind of happened together. It's more of like I had encountered some problems at work that I'm not very, um, responsive to problems, and I um, had some teamwork problems with different projects. So basically, I'm not used to working in a team and leading them, while I more like to work on myself on my own part, in resolving it, making sure my segment is working properly. But that really doesn't work out because the end goal is kind of like a whole project. So if there's a misalignment, then incomplete project is not a project. That's basically why I started to think about what I can do better, and is that correct or not. And then that's when that's basically call to venture. And while meeting a mentor is more like asking for help here and there, which includes colleagues, family members, managers, all that. But I think the most helpful moment is actually from the family members who knows you very well, who understands you from your characteristics, really from a personal standpoint, help you find out what happened, why that is wrong, and what are the thoughts that you might missed out during this process. So while after listening to the advices from the mentor, which is my dad, then crossing the threshold seemed like super easy. That what getting over it, I immediately know what I have not been thinking of and what I could have improved a lot better. So getting along the trials and failures, those are the practices that I undergo in myself within projects. And then that would be the time where the working environment members come into play, that I constantly asking for feedback, if this is right, if that's something that they expected. So after a couple trials, finally there's growth, new skills. I finally mastered some of the skills, like getting all the information together, making sure everybody on the same page, and having giving the specific tasks to some team members so that um, they can get up to speed as well, not just myself. So it's more like if you have the capability to look to overview the image from a big view, it's probably good for you to realize what are the strengths and weaknesses for other people and assign those tasks accordingly. But yeah, like that, and the end goal is definitely to get the things done. So that's the part that I really struggle with. That I used not to do that. I used to just handling my own part, and then that's really the new scopes that I've been picking up, which I hate to do in the past, which I don't think that's part of my job. So that's part of the death and rebirth going. After a while, I doing that, and a lot of things are done very successfully. I do feel a sense of accomplishment after that, and I recall that I actually used to be like that when I was younger, like when I first entering college and stuff. I was always leading projects, being, um, being um, the 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 cause to like initiate some, yeah, like just really passionate about expressing ideas and getting the new resolutions instead of waiting for actions. So yeah, so I think that's part of it. And then next one is um, real realization and final changes. So yeah, so I think I've pretty much covered them. That after I feel like a sense of accomplishment, those are kind of the things that I kind of um, include as part of me. So once that getting shaped up, and then that's like a monument of things of all the things that I've done, and finally it's gets gift is exactly the accomplishment that I just talked about. So after the whole cycle, and it just returned changed, that this is already being a part of me, and then I would practice this exercise when new things comes, and definitely follow for my later career in the future for many opportunities that comes up. And then related to the heroes, so I do respect the hero to in the Journeys to the West, the Wukong. So he's kind of like that. That he has his own temper, and he is arrogant. He is very um, like he's such an individual that doesn't like to work with each other. But after a couple challenges and then punishment from the authorities, then he finally met his goal of his life, and he got into a great team that who has the ability to control him and get him to the right track. So that is exactly the journey to the West. So during the journey, there are a lot of trials and failures, and finally, after several, first challenges, he finally got into the team, find the role that he needs to be at, um, and of course, helping his team members to work on certain things, basically collaborating with everybody, and then he got that accomplishment that they've been passing through so many, challenges, obstacles on the road, and then finally they got the gifts, the final goal that they wanted. They finally got to the destinations, and then after that, he is a newborn person. He's like different, totally different. He's not that arrogant. He understands what is good. Um, for this world, and he's not just enjoying his life on a daily basis, like relaxing, but he has a more like a higher moral standard and more responsibilities based on his capabilities. So um, yeah, I think that's pretty similar, just to my experience. So um, but yeah, but overall, like just to sums up, there is self-leadership. I think went through self-reflection, self-recognitions, and self-affirmations, and of course self-awareness as well. That we discover who we are, what we change, what we cannot change, and what could be improved. And then there's definitely self-reflections, and finally return changed. So yeah, so overall, I would like to thank this course that helped me discover a lot of things for myself, and yeah, so yep, thanks, and then thanks for your time for the presentation.